Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Brian Rakowski with Rule Your MLM again. Up here atop beautiful Mount Bunnell in Austin, Texas. And, first I just want to start off and say that I'm feeling really grateful right now. I mean, those of you that, follow The Secret and, know about the law of attraction, of course, you know that being grateful is one of the absolute crucial things, when it comes to achieving everything that you want and all your dreams. And, I'm feeling really grateful because, right now it's, about 11:30 on a Tuesday morning, and I'm able to, come up here and, shoot this video and, not be tied down by the 9 to 5 that unfortunately a lot of people out there, are kind of subject to. And, nothing wrong with it, but, just personally, if you know my story, you know that, I always wanted more, you know what I mean? I just could never really see myself, regardless of how much I was making, I could never really see myself, just, slaving away the 9 to 5, grind for the next 30, 40, 50 years, you know what I mean? So, I don't know if you can see the background very well, but this is, overlooking the Colorado River. And if you look in the background there, if you can see those four kind of tower things, my understanding is that's actually where Michael Dell lives. I don't know if that's true or not. But, of course, if you're living in this neighborhood, you're not doing so bad. So, first I want to put the intention out here of, I'm looking at these houses and, I want to say that this is going to be my future neighborhood. I'm going to put a date on it, and hopefully you guys are going to hold me to it, but I'm going to give myself 3 years from today to do it, okay? Today is September 21st, 2010. And so September 21st, 2013, I'll be living down in one of those houses down there. So again, just kind of want to put that out, but that's not why I made this video today, okay? I wanted to, pass on some really cool tactic that I found yesterday. I admit that it's not mine. If you guys are familiar with a gentleman named David Wood, great leader. He's amazing, a super cool guy. He's just absolutely just crushing it. I mean, the last year, he's hit the top level at his company. He's really doing some work in this industry, just really, he's achieving everything that he set out for. So, David, hopefully you're watching this, so I just want to send you props and just say congratulations, buddy. Everything you're doing is great, and just keep it up, all right? But anyway, I want to share a tactic that I learned yesterday, and it's about how to overcome the I don't have any money objection. If you've been in this business more than, a week, when you're talking to prospects, that a lot of the things that you may hear is, one of their main objections, I should say, is that, they don't have any money to get started. Maybe they can next week when they get their paycheck, whatever. So I wanted to share a tactic that's a great way to overcome that. And, if you know from sales, and, don't worry if you don't have a sales background or anything like that, because that's not what I'm trying to get at, but if you know from sales, one of the ways to overcome objections, or a crucial thing about that, is you have to know if the objection's real, or if it's essentially just a smokescreen, you know what I mean? So one way that you can get over, first to find out if the I don't have any money objection is real, is you basically can just ask them the following, and you might want to grab a pen and paper for this. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll write up a blog post and post it on my blog. For those of you that maybe don't have a pen and paper available, but basically here's the gist of how you want to follow that up with. Okay. When someone says I don't have the money to get started, what you can basically do is tell them that you're a person who's really open to frank communication, that you're just honest, and you just want to ask them an honest question. Okay. And that honest question, it's really simple. What you're going to ask them is first. You want to ask them, say, hey Bob, I can understand where you're coming from, but let me ask you this, is it that you don't have the money, and like you mean that you don't have maybe a credit card you could reach into your wallet and pull it out and to get started, and granted it's maybe only $300, $500 or whatever it is for your opportunity to get started, but are you saying that you just physically don't have that money available? It's just not an option, and basically, we're not able to get started with, what we're talking about, achieving your dreams, or a new car, putting your kids through college. You have to personalize it to, your prospect. But basically you want to see, again, like, is it physically something that's just absolutely not possible for them to do? Or is it on the flip side, for instance, again, Bob, Now, Bob, are you saying that, if it's not something that you just physically aren't able to do, is it something that maybe you just, you like me and you respect me as a person, as a leader, you've gotten, a lot of value from my list and everything like that, and basically you're just maybe trying to spare my feelings, and maybe you're just not necessarily interested in my opportunity. Now, which one would you say it is, Bob? Now from there, I found in my background that if you give someone an out like that, essentially what you're doing is you're kind of calling them out. But essentially when you call them out like that, people will say, well, yeah, it's actually that maybe I'm not really interested in the company, or maybe they're not necessarily sold on, what we do as network marketers. And you know what? That's perfectly fine. You know what I mean? The world still needs doctors and, lawyers, and maybe network marketing isn't, what the universe has planned for them. And that's fine, You know what I mean? It's kind of like a, good luck on your journey, okay? So, but, it's basically, again, just to recap, it's more or less like you're asking them, is it physically, do you not have the money? Like, you can, no way to get it, or are you basically just saying to spare my feelings, okay? Second way to do that, and this is really, using the law of attraction, and the reason for this is that, as network marketers, some of the people that you do talk to, they may not necessarily be exposed to the secret law of attraction and everything like that. So what you're going to do as a leader is you need to help them start to think like an entrepreneur. Okay? So what you're going to do is, if someone says, no, I really want to get started, I just physically don't have the money, and this is the greatest opportunity in the world, and, I'd sell my dog to get started, but, I just can't do it. But, if someone convinces you that it is a legit money issue, now here's what you're going to want to do. So basically what you're going to tell them to do is that they need to go and grab a pen and paper, okay? And what I would even go as far as to do is to tell them to go grab it and say that you'll wait. Because again, this is very important that they actually physically write this down, and you'll see why in a second, okay? Now basically what you're going to do is you're going to have them write down their intention, and you're going to put it, the time frame's up to you. If I were doing it, I would say put it no more than 3 days out, maybe, worst case, maybe give them a week if that's really what they need. And it kind of depends on your opportunity and how much it starts to get started. But what you're going to do is you're going to have them write this down, okay? State your name. So I say Brian Rakowski. I walked into my office this morning, sat down in my chair and turned on my computer. You're going to do this, like, say, 3 days out. So today being, September 21st, I might say today is, September 23rd. I opened up my back office portal for my company, and I'm so amazed and delighted that I was able to get started with this company. This is exactly how I did it. And what you're going to have them do is write down, say the top 25 ways that they could do it, how they could get that money to start. Top 50 is even what David recommends, and and really it's just going to depend on I guess their personal preferences, and again how much it actually costs for your your opportunity. If it costs more, you may need more options, and if you have a lower buy in your company, it may not take as many. But for instance, what you can have them do is, maybe if it's a $500 buy-in, maybe one of the things they could write down is, it was so easy that I borrowed $50 from 10 people. I borrowed $500 from my mom or my uncle. Or say, maybe if you have a friend or a business partner, and they have the money, but they're actually low on time, and you're vice versa, where you have all the time in the world, but maybe you don't have the money. Maybe they could put that. I partnered up with that person, kind of like a venture capital sort of situation, to where they kick in the money, you basically work, pay them back out of the profits, and they get to share in the profits, at the same time. So again, it's kind of win-win for both, okay? So, I'm going to go ahead and cut this video short. Like I said, I'm going to be doing a blog post on this, kind of put down the, more of like an exact script that I would use, and, just kind of go from there. But, again, I just feel really good being up here, you know what I mean? It's a beautiful place. Texas Hill Country is great. If you guys have never been here, I suggest it. Austin's a very cool place, and I think you guys will like it. But again, this has been Brian Rakowski with RuleYourMLM.com. Again, I'll go ahead and put the blog post probably underneath this video. But here's your success, guys. Again, I hope this has helped. And really, if you guys aren't generating a lot of leads for your business, and I know that's a problem that a lot of people have, you want to definitely check out my website. I have a lot of good information on there, both on my blog and also on ruleyourmlm.com. Just go through the free training, and really you got to figure out how to be generating some leads, because that's ultimately the lifeblood of your business. Because I think in the long run, with the way things are now, chasing after friends and family, it's good for some people, but personally, I always wanted to kind of learn how to do it on the internet, and that's what I've been able to achieve, and it's been no regrets. So again, I'll go ahead and I'll post my website, but just go through there. If you like what you see, opt into the list and go through the free training, and just really just take some time and just learn how to do it right. Okay, guys.